Asante sana. In studio, we do have Mariam Fatma Ali. She is a human resource professional and entrepreneur. Mariam, good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Karibu sana kwenye show.
Asante.
Yes. You are a trained human resource management, right? Professional. But you've also built 2 brands from the ground. Yes. I want you to take us back. At what point did you realize that employment is not enough? And that you needed another source of income?
Okay. During at 2022, I decided to resign from the post that I had, previous post as a HR at a specific place. So I was home for a whole 1 year. So when I was home, it was so depressing for me because I'm used to going to the office from 8 to 5. So being home was kind of very tough for me. So I decided to do cooking and selling to people, making juices, and it was good for me. It brought income for me. It was helping me cope up with the stress of not being at work. And I decided, why not? Let me venture into this business.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why did you resign from your role?
Okay. I would say as Gen Zs, we are the ones right now giving a hard time to the HRs, including myself. So at that time, it was more of a mental health issue, and I decided to just take a small break.
So in a nutshell, you're saying your work environment was not, how do you call it?
Yes.
Your work environment was not healthy.
Yes,
we
for
say
myself.
Toxic work environment.
I wouldn't say it as toxic. I would just say that I was feeling uncomfortable at that time with my young age and the challenges I was facing with my age. And I said, let me just take a step back and go back and think about myself so that when I go back better. I go back knowing more so that I can be able to challenge myself even better.
How long had you worked in that organization?
I had worked for almost 4 years. I started as a customer care representative.
Okay.
I then shooted up to the HR department.
Yes. And you see, most of the times when you go to, most of the times you feel like it's a HR who'd advise you on, this is a good work environment. HR sets up systems, correct systems. It is the HR.
I know, but now for me, I had started from the lower end.
Yes,
I started as a customer care representative at that institution.
Yes,
so moving up has a lot of backlash to it. It has a lot of challenges.
Yes.
I remember someone telling me, you're too young. They're giving you this post so they can fire you. You see, so there was a lot of backlash, and then people are like, we were with her down here, how is she up there? You see, so a lot of challenges came in, and at the young age I was like, I do think I'll manage all this. So at a point it was taking a toll on my end, and I felt, no, I can't. Let me just take a little bit of a rest and restructure myself to go back better. Yes,
I like that. And I'm delving much more into this because at times we find ourselves in spaces and we stay and not prioritize our mental health. Last week, our whole conversation on fitness was around mental health, right? Mm-hmm. And one of the things that actually could lead to a disturbance in our mental stability is usually the workplace, right? And you were able to identify. Talk to me about what you witnessed, especially in your habit, that you noticed and said, no, I'm not my usual self. I'm not Mariam.
Okay, most of the time I would find myself angry. I was always angry. I was always having issues at home. I would even fight with my husband because I'm like taking this tension from work back here, because now you see when you're at work, no one wants to listen because they say, hey, huyu ni mtoto mdogo. Kwa nini ananiambia hivi? So you get that backlash, and then now everyone is trying to look for a hole to poke on your end. So you don't get this to give this stress out at work, because as a HR you're supposed to be very calm, very composed at any given situation. So I can't get this out here. I go get it out at home. So my family was getting it the hard way, but I thank God I had a very supportive husband. So when I learned that no, this is taking a toll on my personal end more than this career side, I decided no, let me just take a break from it.
Gen Z maneno. Okay, Mariam, kabla tuende huko ambako kwamba umefika kwenye mapishi na nini, kuna wale vijana ambao kwamba wanakusikiliza hivi sasa, Gen Z, how wewe uliona pressure afya ya akili nini, mashaka, nyumbani unatatizika, kazini bado ni balaa, ukaamua wacha nitoke kwanza nikajitengeneza alafu nirudi. Kuna yule kijana ambaye anakusikiliza hivi sasa, pengine sehemu kubwa maamuzi yao ni ya haraka, sisemi yako ni ya haraka, lakini maamuzi ya kuacha yako sana kuliko ya kuendelea. Ni ushauri gani ambao kwamba unaweza kumpa kijana wa sasa ambaye kwamba anakusikiliza kuhusiana na mazingira ya kikazi ukiwa na hiyo elimu ya HR?
Okay, mwanzo nitamwambia don't give up immediately. Give it time, give it chances, try several ways of coping with this mechanism or these challenges before giving up. Okay, I will tell you honestly, as us Gen Zs, what we want mostly is to shoot up. I want nikiingia kazi nimeingia, niko na gari, niko na nyumba. So when I see that I'm lagging behind, it's not making sense. Why is this job not giving me what I want? So you want to quit. So you need to give it time. You need to give it trials. You need to talk to people. I really urge and always tell people to, these psychologists that are out here, it's not that you're sick in the head when you go see a psychologist. No. They help you with your mental health. Even where I am, alhamdulillah, I got to hire a psychologist to help the staff and the students where I'm working, because we all need that support. So get support, get help, talk to people, try it. Try the first time, try the second time. You get to try first before saying, no, I can't. Of course, also for me and myself, I did try from 2018 to 2022. To make that decision, that's a long period of time for me not to say no. I need to take a break. Yes. Yes.
So now let's get into your business. So your background has been in HR, right? And that is policy and people and a bit of structure. How has that professional training shaped the way you run your business?
It has shaped in many ways, because when you do HR, you're dealing with people. People means communication is at par at any given time. You make sure everything is put in place at the right time, at the right place. You see, as today I got here at 8 and also it's 9. So you see, you get to put those structures there. So for me, with my business, it has helped me because I get a very good customer relation, because I get to understand my customer. Because most of the time, as much as I take it as a customer, I also take it as a person, that staff that I have who's coming to talk. So I get that time to listen. And my paperwork, my procedures with the business, everything is more influenced with what I have learned in HR.
So which business did you start first?
I started with Maya's Kitchen.
Okay.
Yes, and decided to name it Maya because of my baby girl. We used to spend the whole day together. So when we pack those snacks, she gets to eat most of them. So you have to make extra. So that bond that we got, and cooking for me is therapeutic. Cooking for me makes me feel better. And also I had a very tough mom who would wake up at 3 a.m. and tell you know what, I had breakfast chapatis. So you have to wake up and make. So cooking just was passionate for me. So I decided, why not? Let me just try this first.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is all happening after you quit your job, and you're living with your parents at this point.
I was living with my husband.
You're living with your husband at this point.
Yes.
Okay. And then now, when you started your supply, who were you selling it to, and how did it move from maybe 2 customers to 3 customers to now a lot of customers?
Okay, when I started, I was selling outside my home.
Okay.
Yeah, so selling to people outside there. And then I started slowly moving to companies. They will order lunch from me, and friends will tell other people that, you know what, my friend sells 1, 2, 3. So mostly I got my sales from referrals, from family, especially my mom and my husband. They will take orders and carry food to their work to go sell for me. So that gave me a bit of a push outside to the market. And for me, most of my cooking has been based on referrals. Yes.
Okay. When we're looking at branding, you say your daughter is known as Little Miss Purple.
Yes.
How important is storytelling and identity when building a small business today for you?
Storytelling is it's very important for me, because it reminds you of the purpose. You know, starting a business is very hard.
Yeah.
I will tell you, because I recently started my business, the oil business.
Yes.
It's not easy. But when you have a storyline behind it, it comes as a motivation. Each time you want to give up, you remember, I am doing this because of 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
So it keeps on pushing and pushing you to move.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I'm looking at again this. So you're the founder of Maya's Kitchen, right? It's a home-based catering business inspired by your daughter, of course. And then you've also founded Kaya Cosmetics. First of all, how long has Maya's Kitchen been on for? And then now, what motivated you to now begin Kaya's Cosmetic?
Okay, Maya's Kitchen has been on since 2022 to now.
Okay.
I do most of the catering for now because of work. It's 8 to 9 and 8 to 5 and most motherhood and all that. I do based on orders that you give, not on regular basis as I used to before.
Did you go back to employment?
Yes, I did.
So we're speaking to somebody who went back to employment.
Yes, I did. I did go back to employment.
Why?
As a HR, when you sit at home, you don't get to practice what you learned. And the trends are moving and things are changing. So for me, being home, yes, I started my own business and I was satisfied by that ish of, you're a HR. There's more to you that you need to give to others. You need to be a testimony to others because it's not easy. Sitting like this at my age, being a HR, everyone's like, how did you? It's not possible. So I was like, I need to mentor someone to know that you can do it in the HR field. I would tell you where I'm working right now. I have students and most of the students, if you ask them, what do you want to become? A doctor, an engineer. So going back is meant to mentor someone to feel like, no, HR, you can do it in HR. Even with the challenges that I faced and the step back that I got, I needed to show someone that you can go back and you can be better.
Okay, and after how long did you, when you decided to run your business, after how long did you decide, now I want to go back to employment?
After 1.5 years.
Okay.
Yes, so when I went back to employment.
How was it within that period? What pushed you to go back to employment? We had a guest the other day who said he lost a lot of money that he invested in his business, so he thought of going back to employment and he applied, but he couldn't get. So for you, also, most of the times employers look at it's not going to call it a gap year, but a gap, right? Where you've not been in employment for some time. You're HR, actually.
Yes.
Did that affect you when you were trying to go back to employment?
Yes, a little bit. It did.
Yeah.
Because for me, I would say the biggest thing that affected me when going back to work is my age. And the fact that when I was going back to work, I got pregnant in between. So now pregnancy and my age, and everyone is like, she's too young to be a HR. We shouldn't be hiring her. You enter a room for
okay. If you don't mind me asking, how old are you? Because you've said too young for so long. I'm thinking, did you get into employment at
Gen Z
at 21, 22?
I got into HR at 23.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
So I'm still, I've not even gotten to 30 yet.
You're still children.
Yes, I'm still children.
Yeah.
But tukipatana kwa ofisi, I'm not children.
You are children. Okay.
Dunia hii. Nitaona mambo.
Okay. So even it was the age for you.
The age has been a very big challenge for me because even in most interviews I'm asked, how are you going to deal with a 97-year-old?
Yes.
That's the biggest question every interview I have been is going to ask.
Yes.
Yes. So age has been a challenge.
How are you going to deal with me?
Yes. Salim here is going to tell me, oh, unaniambia nini wewe?
Yes.
Sasa nitakwambia lakini.
Yeah, like how do you deal with the older people though? I mean,
I wonder.
It's tricky.
She's not even that.
But I will tell you what you need the most is boundaries and clear structures.
Okay.
When we are here, we are not talking of age. This is business. When we leave, when you find me out there, I'll tell you shikamo. We're out there. But when we are here, this
Hakuna
is business. Hakuna shikamo. This is business that we're doing. Yes.
Okay. Since we're talking about still on HR matters, most people always say HR is for the organization and they're not for you.
Iyo ni kasumba najaribu kutoa.
Is it true that HR usually defends the organization instead of the employees?
It's not. I would say it's not because Salim, it's not. But you see, I get why staff feel that way, because
Yes.
I've also been a staff somewhere. So the thing is, staff always want something that will go their way. You see, so when something doesn't go their way, it's not that probably I was not given this because of 1 2 3. No, I was not given this because HR boss amemwambia HR asinifanyie. So that's and then most of the time HRs are labeled as people who are very angry and always stone-faced. So that is something that for me in my organization, people even wonder. I have an open door policy. You can come at any time, we can talk, we can brainstorm together, but we need to draw limits. We put a limit where the employer and the employee, we've had several battles with my employer. I'm like, no, my employee needs this, and we show them. But it's very hard also to make an employee very, very satisfied. It's not easy. Yes, but
Is
we
there
try.
is there an instance where you found yourself now defending the employee and saying this is we need to take care of the welfare of employees, and this is what we need to put in place? Did the employer listen?
Yes, we had it was a tug of war where I was before I resigned. There was an issue with retirees. Okay, so at that moment we had just put into place procedures of laying down retirees, so it was not yet fully developed. But now here is my employer telling me, you know what, she's too old. I want Mariam gone. She's old. I'm like, no, you can't, because unless you have the money to pay severance, unless you have the money to do this and this, you cannot. So that became a very, very big challenge for me, because my employer is like, I have already said you need to do it, and I'm like, no, I can't do it.
Resign.
No, I didn't resign. I didn't resign, but it was not easy for me, because at the end of the day, my employer felt, no, you're not working for me. You see, now it's something that is very hard for HRs to balance, because now I'm on this side, this one, you're not working for me, you're supposed to be for me, not for the other person. But alhamdulillah, it went well.
Okay.
Yes.
Since you're also in the corporate world,
Mariam,
that's what HR. Leo tuzungumzia on behalf of all the HRs.
leo atazungumzia HR wenzake wote.
Tuweke hapa kwa hot seat. Tuambie.
Haya, shoot.
When you look at the corporate world, right? And you see how we interact, the staff now. Sindio, what are some of the common mistakes that you feel like the staff usually makes?
Grapevine. That's the biggest mistake.
Break it down.
I'll give you a scenario, a real life scenario. I'm working at the kitchen department.
Yes.
And I tell Salim, you see Salim, payslip yangu iko hivi bana. Na mimi wanapewa hivi na hivi na hivi. Remember, this person came to the HR and asked, can I get an overtime? Can I get this? And I was like, no, we don't give overtime. We do this. And then Salim amekuja na payslip. I don't understand the payslip ya Salim venye inaenda.
Yes.
And I come, HR, wewe wapendelea, kuna yule mwingine amepewa na mimi sijapewa. Alafu kwa nini yule amekuja juzi akona pesa nyingi, mimi ni wa kitambo sina? So you see, that's the fact that this communication was not official. They did not tell each other the truth, because at the end of the day, Salim will not tell you what the payslip reads. Kweli atakwambia, atakudanganya. So unakuwa na a lot of hatred, a lot of animosity towards each other and towards the company, because bayonikana basi yule Salim ni mtu fulani yule ndo maana you see, that creates a lot of tension among staff. So for me, I always try and tell my staff, please don't miscommunicate with each other, don't lie to each other. Your payslip is your payslip. So keep it for yourself, because that's where most of the issues in an organization start from. The payslip. So
you'd advise employees not to talk about their income with their fellow employees.
Payslip yako siri yako.
How do I know that I mean, if Salim and I are performing the same role and he's getting paid more than I am, if he decides to share that information and I use that to come and negotiate,
You're not.
is that a problem?
No, you're not negotiating. You
Yes.
see, there's a difference.
Yes.
Probably during negotiation in the interview,
Yes.
probably Salim has a qualification that you don't have. So Salim won't tell you that I got this because of my qualification.
Yes.
Atakwambia tu mimi ninapata 30. Wote akuja mbio. Remember, your qualifications are not the same as his.
Yes.
Atakuja na mimi mbio nataka 30, kwa nini tunafanya kazi sawa? So you see, at the entry point, he was given that salary probably based on his experience or probably on his papers that probably you do not have at that time.
Yes.
So your salaries will not be the same.
Yes.
Yes.
I like that. What else? What other common mistake do we make?
Leo
Another common mistake is always blaming the employer.
So ushaenda kwa employer.
No.
Wacha. Yes, go ahead.
Forgetting that we are all in this together. Okay. I will give you life scenarios that I have. You come into the office and I buy you uniform. Okay. So I'm buying you uniform because it's for me, it's taking care of my staff, making sure they're comfortable. But now you turn it around towards me. The next year I don't give you a uniform. You're angry at me. Kwa nini hujanipa? It is not your right. Remember, I did it for you to be comfortable.
Yeah.
So you're now changing it into, I have to have it. Why are you not giving me? So you see, now you're tarnishing the name of the employer. Yule basi atachupati uniform. Ankuwa mgumu. You remember? These things happen.
Yes.
Ama, today you notice that today's lunch was not nice. And you decide, ankuwa mgumu, squeeze kwa kitu ya nyama 3, squeeze nyama ni moja. You see, so employees mostly tend to go after the employer more than looking at what am I doing wrong. I will give you an example. I have staff who come to work on public holidays. Okay, but now during when probably I have free time or I don't have a lot of work, they go on off. Some even exchange shifts, and today huyu anaingia, kesho huyu asiingia. I don't complain. I don't take note of that because I know there's a time this person worked for me and I didn't pay this person. But now akimaliza amechukua off yako bure, hujamuitisha, hujamfanya chochote, anakuja madam HR na kudai PH yangu. So you see, you're looking at, I didn't give you. You're not looking at what you took from me. I didn't ask you about the day that you took without working. So you see that it's very crazy. At least try and put yourself in that employer's shoes.
In the employer's shoes.
Yes.
Okay.
Bado tuko hapa kwa HR.
Uliza swali.
Kwa HR ni aje. Kwa HR. Maana karibu ni mwitest nichi lakini
tumezoea tunaitwa class monitors.
What's your question?
Kwa HR ni aje.
Okay. All right. We are speaking to Mariam Fatma Ali. She is a human resource professional and entrepreneur. Of course, she's based in Mombasa. She's got over 5 years of experience in HR practice. And of course, you founded Maya's Kitchen. You've also founded Kaya Cosmetics. So talk to me about Kaya Cosmetics. You said this is ongoing.
Yes.
Okay.
So Kaya Cosmetics came about when I was... Okay. Since I was young, I had passion for my hair.
Yes.
I love my hair. So I used to make hair oils. Tulikuwa tunapigana na mama kila siku. Nachukua vitu zangu. So I used to love doing it. So then I got a baby girl who had a cradle cap and nywele ilikuwa haimei. So I decided, why not go back to the kitchen and see and try what I can do. So I tried for some time, for like 6 months, and I was like, it's not working, because I was frustrated as a mother because why is her hair not growing? So I took brands like Afrolanka, there's Sheikh's Organic, and I used their oil. And I'm like, whatever I'm using here and whatever I'm making, they're not quite different. So I started making my own hair oil and using with my kids. And then now I decided to make my carrot oil personally for my use. I used for me and my mom. Then people were asking my mom, ngozi yako imekuwa nzuri, unatumia nini? And my mom was like, ni mtoto wangu yofanya. So people decided to, like, my mom was like, just sell it. I'm like, No, it's not something I'd want to do because I'm just doing it for myself at home.
Yes.
So now the demand became so high. People were asking my mom, people were asking me at work. And there's a friend of mine at work said, you know what? I'm giving you money. Bring me the oil. So she really motivated me. And my husband was like, give it a shot.
Yeah.
So I have been doing it, but low key for anyone who wants and all that. So last year during the Minat festival, my husband challenged me and he was like, why don't you give a sponsorship and give samples of your oil to Minat festival and see. And I'm like, no, I don't have a brand name yet. No, that's the challenge. Try it. So I decided to make a brand name and decided to let's put Kaya out there and people get to see what Mariam can do with her hands. Yes.
I like that. You've said something interesting. I hear you say my husband. There's
Ilikuwa najua.
there's a guy who kept on saying my wife's starlet. And anyway, those people with partners.
Do not overdo.
My husband, my wife.
Let's talk about my husband.
Your husband.
It seems to be very supportive
Yes.
of every single thing that you do.
Very supportive.
How that has built you.
I would say I've turned him into everything. My accountant, my delivery boy,
Yeah.
everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Do tell us. Yes.
the fact that he's always there,
Yeah.
and to a point that sometimes I'm like, I can't do this, and he's like, you will do it. He will even stay with the kids at night so that I can package bottles of oils,
Oh.
and he will market for me. He's an IT technician, so he'll even design for me the logos.
Yes.
So we have been together so much that it's like it's our business, but it's mine. But it's our business.
Yes. Why is it yours? Why is it not ours?
Umeona it's our akifanya. Umeona lakini.
At what point does it become yours?
Wakati anabeba watoto, I need to bring Lawrence here.
It's being supportive. Do you know he already has shares in your organization?
I know, and he has a lot of shares, but I thank God he's someone that is very, very supportive.
Yeah.
All round, be it my career, be it my dreams and ambitions, he's always there to just give it a push.
I like that.
Yes.
You're big on women empowerment as well. Why do you think a lot of women hesitate to start something? Do you think a lot of women are hesitating to start something?
Yes, we do.
Why?
Because one, we feel like, I would say, we do not have that niche or support. You feel like once I get to do it, who is going to support me? It's not like a man can go out, boom, and start marketing and doing this and doing that. They are very aggressive. But for women, we get scared. Going out there is like, nitaanzia wapi? And then now you don't get a supportive partner who is like for us, Salim kanini kikwambia hakuna kutoka, hakuna kutoka, ni ubaki ndani ya nyumba.
Yes.
So you see, those things tend to tell us, let me wait. And then there's an aspect of finances. Most of us women, we scared of going out there because we're like, sina pesa, itabidi nimwombe fulani. But one thing I would say, omba, utafanya na utarudisha. But just take that step.
I like that.
Mimi swali langu sasa linakuja hapa. Wewe ni mzazi, wewe ni mke wa mtu, afu wewe uko kazini, halafu una kazi zako mbili, right? Maya na Kaya. Una manage vipi hivi vitu vyote?
Ndo hapo supportive husband anakuja hapo ndani.
She's not doing it alone.
Because I'm not doing it alone. I have my husband and I have my mom. My mom will literally stop everything to just come and help me out whenever I need help. She will take the kids. She will do my clinics with the kids. She will just, you take this time and do this. So I've had a lot of support from my family, my mother, my sisters, and my husband. My husband, we will make juice together. Tuna package tukitengeza, watoto wameenda kwa nyanya. So you see, that help, that correlation and people supporting you is very important.
I really love that. Your story is amazing, honestly. And you see, we're heading towards Valentine, and you're just a definition of there are happy marriages.
Outside
my husband. My husband.
Ni
I
ngumu
love
sana
it.
kusema my wife.
No, kuna watu wengine hapa, it's very
My
heavy on
And then
the lips. Thank you so much for making time today.
thank you so much.
It's been such an honor having you. How do people get your products? How do people get your cosmetic products? And
Okay.
also for these people who maybe want to try your food, how do they get to order through Maya's Kitchen?
Okay. Through Maya's Kitchen, they get to call 0791 494 034 and they'll always get help and assistance. For Kaya's Cosmetic, they can also call that number or they can follow our Instagram page, Kaya_cosmetics, and they'll find all our products there. And I also offer HR consultations to anyone who is willing. The small companies that are starting and you don't have money to hire HR, I'm always here to help.
I love it. I love it. You know what? Use your skills. She's doing exactly that.
Hapo kwa HR nitamtafuta.
Dr. Futa. We've been speaking to Mariam Fatma Ali. She's a human resource professional and entrepreneur.